Today we're at the Post Falls Community Forest. They have a whole bunch of trails that are loops. They don't name their trails, they're just colors. So today we're going to take the purple trail, which is supposedly 3 miles long and goes all the way around the Spokane River, and we'll be able to follow it for most of the way. So the trail starts off as a vehicle trail. It's obviously designed for bikes and all sorts of equipment, where there was a sign at the beginning that said there are moose in the area and not to approach them. Duh. But we're hoping that we actually see one from a little bit of a distance. After about a quarter of a mile, the purple circle and yellow circle trails branch off. We're not sure which one we're going to end up taking all the way, but both of them look good on the map. This is a much narrower trail, lots and lots of rocks. Strangely, the trail comes out of the woods and asks you to walk down a tarvy path. Not sure what's going on here. Well, after about a quarter mile, we finally get off that awful asphalt path, really hard on the feet, back into the woods. So we've reached Spokane River. It's very tranquil because just downstream is a dam, a hydroelectric dam, one of 3 that are on the 3 branches here of the Spokane River. The trail gets really rough. You have to actually walk on rocks. That's the trail. So the Purple Circle Trail, while having a little bit of rock area in one spot, has mostly been a dirt trail that's fairly flat, and it runs right alongside of the river. It's beautiful out here. We stop and look at the river constantly. So we're at the lower Post Falls. It's incredibly dry here. The water levels are quite low, and so the amount of water that's being drained through the lake is very minimal. So there's not much of a falls here. After being down by the river on flat land for so long, suddenly the purple trail starts to go up, and it's very difficult going up here, you can see. Yeah, the purple trail up here at the top is way more interesting than walking on the forest floor, but you get some pretty amazing views. So we've been on the trail for about 3.5 miles. The last quarter mile to a half mile has been nothing but boulder climbing, and seriously, boulder climbing, very difficult. The rest of the hike has been just a walk in the park, so it's kind of interesting. So after going up to the top of that escarpment, we come down the other side, which is even worse. Very, very rugged. Hard to even find the trail here. Be very careful. We almost fell a couple of times. We took the trail going clockwise, and it was all gentle, steady downhill on the blacktop. Coming up, though, same amount of distance coming up, but really rocky and steep compared to the asphalt. This is one crazy trail. So the purple trail comes out to the dam, which is not flowing right now because it's been so dry here in the Northwest. We've decided to call this the dam trail because it leads to the dam, and well, dam. So this is known as the South Channel Dam. Water levels, like I said, are low. Almost no water at all is coming through the spillway here down to the river, which is probably 30 feet below or more. We thought the Purple Circle Trail was hard. The Purple Diamond here at the beginning is insane. That descent was something else. Purple Diamond Trail turns into something a little better once you get down here to the bottom, but getting down here, that was a lot of fun. The Purple Diamond Trail leads you through an area that has been burned. It is rugged, Completely different looking trail than the other ones we've been on. Supposedly this is the Blue Diamond Trail. It is nothing but rock climbing. There's no evidence of a trail anywhere around here, so we're just hoping we're not in some stupid place and got lost. This trail sucks. The Purple Diamond Trail is brutal. You really got to sign up for a lot of climbing if you want to take this trail. Falls should name their trails the rock climbing trails versus the hiking trails. Well, we're nearing the top of the trail on the Purple Diamond Hell Trail, and we've gone up probably 300 feet in the last 0.2 of a mile. We're just hoping we don't have to go up anymore. So we took the Purple Circle Trail out to this park, and then the Purple Diamond Trail back from this park to where we are here, and about 7 miles, and of that 2.5 miles were mountaineering, not hiking. Almost 1,000 foot of elevation gain, at least that, and we are exhausted. This is probably the hardest hike we've ever done, and the Purple Diamond Trail was just hell. In the area near the other park, this park here, this mile or two is just unbelievably rugged for both purple trails, and you're scrambling over boulders.